Ken was my manager. We were first grade. He was with me.
And you just solo, Gene? Like you don't have Peter, Paul, or Ace with you, bro?
I didn't have a guitar. I just was like, I remember this kid, Daniel Kaufman. I want to say that's his real name. Daniel Kaufman was going to play the violin. He was like a fucking fourth grader or something. And I was like,
The fucking savant over
he's got a violin. And he goes, what are you? And I said, I'm Kiss. And he goes, oh, okay. He's like, what instrument do you play? And I was like, I don't have one. He's like, what are you going to play? And I was like, I'm like thinking, like, I didn't think this through at all. Like, I hadn't planned a routine. I just was like,
I'll get up music there. Right?
I'll get up there. No, I had the record. I had the record.
What song you gonna do?
I wanna rock and roll all night.
And you're gonna play nothing.
And party every day. I mean, you keep on riding, you keep on riding. Yeah. And I'm looking at a fucking K through 5 going like, because I can't hear you. And they're just like, we don't know that we're not familiar with the lyrics. I was obsessed with Kiss.
We don't want to hear you.
Yeah, and I just went out there and rocked out, sweated my makeup down.
Yeah.
Brian Callahan gave me a hug, like, you fucking killed it. But I was like, I was definitely the guy that was like, that went amazing. And everyone else was like, he's a fucking idiot. Like that was that. By the way, that thread traveled through. Like that went fantastic.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, I'm not certain that you saw the same fight we were doing. But yeah, that was like first grade. And then
successful general in your family can
I don't know. I think I was pretty regular. Like second.
Were you a good student, grades wise, or no?
I'm dyslexic. So I've always had but not like textbook dyslexic, but dyslexic. I don't know how it works, but I've always had a hard time reading. I've always had a hard time reading out loud, a really hard time reading out loud.
Talk to me about that or when you go around the room and you have to read out loud, like where?
You mean, hold on. You mean motherfuckers like David Germain who could kill it? You're like, dude, what the fuck? Were you raised on a pirate ship and you had to read them to sleep every night? How the fuck can you do this so well? There were guys with lisps that were better at it than me.
Yeah.
And then they go, Bert, and I go, and fucking panic. I mean, just panic throughout.
Warm and
I'll start sweating and be like, okay.
It is in your eyes.
And like, I'd fuck up words like through or thorough or just, I mean, to this day, there's the other day, they were like, we got to get rid of all the tyranny. That's not the word I read. We got to get rid of all the trannies. And I'm like, what the fuck? They put that on CNN? How is that even allowed? The other day I walked into the kitchen and I said to Leanne, holy shit, did you know Mississippi is trying to outlaw adoption? She was like, what? I go, yeah, Mississippi's outlawing adoption. She goes, abortion, fuckface. And I went, so they want orphans. Okay, they want them. All right. But yeah, Isla's dyslexic. And so your brain learns how to work differently. You learn cheats and shortcuts.
Wait, I've learned from this show that's actually hereditary. So who passed it to you then? Do you ever have mom or dad?
I'm sure my dad. My dad is one of those people that he likes, I mean this the right way. He likes, I don't know the right way to say this because it's not an underdog and it's not the loser, but my dad believes he's nothing. He'll always fail, so it makes him work harder. And I think I inherited that somehow because like I know for a fact I'm not the most talented comic. I've seen people perform. So when I get ready to do a special, that's why I'm like blown away by very talented people who go, yeah, I ran it. I went on the road last week. I've been running a little bit, but yeah, I'm ready for it. And you go, you ready for a special? And you did like 3 weekends? Like I have been on the road every single fucking week of this year except for one that since they opened it up, and I have next week off. That's a week off, and I have another week off. But I'm on the road, and I add shows. I'll do whatever I can because I need to run the material to get it good. Because I'm not as good as Chappelle. I'm just not, man. I watched his special working out today. I'm just never gonna be him. That never will happen. Yeah. But if I work hard enough, maybe people will be like, "Oh, I also like Bert. Also, you know what I mean?
You just gotta be the best you for yours.
Yeah,
that's
it.
That's
I'm never gonna be like.
I
I have to work harder than everyone else, and I need to do it a certain way. But yeah, I that panic of school. Oh, I mean, I couldn't do it. they'd read out loud. I couldn't. But
would you say no?
I would read out loud, and then just get mocked. But I was really good at memorizing shit, and I was a really good actor at a young age. Like in 5th grade, they took us on this as a touring company to do Shakespeare, and I could memorize lines instantaneously. And like, I mean, I'd have to have someone read them to me, which is really fucking fascinating. So when we did The Machine, now I can't even see, right? Because I'm so old I can't see. And our director was making our scripts in like little tiny things. So we get to set, and I couldn't see the script. And by the way, I'm also dyslexic, so I'm saying the wrong words anyway. And so I had to have this Serbian lady, Anya. We would do rehearsal. Me, Mark, my co-lead. We would rehearsal, and this lady, Anya, would stand in for me, and she would read my lines in a scene, and I would hear her read them. And then the next time we would do rehearsal, I'd say them next to her, and she'd go, "You're missing one," or something. And then after that, I was off book. That's and I could remember. Yeah. I knew them all, and I knew long monologues. I knew it all. And Mark Hamill actually said to me, "You have an insane." He said to me one time, because I also wanted to change scripts, because I never was really married to the script. So I was like, let's change the scene, let's do this. And Mark pulled me aside one time, he goes, "You have to understand, you have an insane ability to memorize that not everyone has. A lot of people have to work all night long to memorize their lines. You are drinking wine all night in Serbia, going out, running in the morning, not looking." But I also helped write the script, or create the script. I've been reading it for 8 months.
Would you have her read it and then listen to a recording her while you're running or anything?
No. She just read it right there. She go, "Hi, I am the machine.
I want her.
Father, I love you. It was so fucking hilarious. She would go. Her name was Anya, and she would go. I'm trying to think of one of my lines. "Daughter, don't go. You're acting like a cunt." And she had the cutest accent. She was fucking hilarious. But that's how it worked. And that all through high school. I mean, I never was a good student. Never could figure out. Never was like, I don't know. I remember people applying to colleges. I took the SAT. And I fucking aced it. And I was like,
What'd you get?
Fucking like 1350 or
Dude,
something.
You blew me away.
I remember the first time I took it, I got 950, and then I took a class to learn it. And they taught you, some tricks. Next time I take it, I fucking aced it. Applied to Florida and Florida State, got accepted to Florida State. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done with school. I'll go to Florida State. And even all through Florida State, I don't even know. I never studied for a test. I never studied for a test. I never studied for anything. My entire life, I've never studied for anything because I didn't know. People would go like, "Take notes," and I'd be like, I don't know what that means. Do you remember you get a notebook and sit in class, and they go, "Miss Kreischer, you taking notes?" I was like, "Uh-huh," and then I write, "Miss Kreischer, you taking notes?" And I was like, "Is that part of the notes?" And then they'd be like, and then I'd start like class, and then put a 1 and then an A under that, and be like, "What's supposed to go there?" Like I didn't know what to write down. I know the important things they were saying.
I'm like, you ain't giving us dittos.
Yeah.
I was always, where's my ditto?
Yeah, but what's interesting is I was a cool kid up until 8th grade, like cool kid. In 8th grade, 6th, 7th grade, only hung out with older kids. 7th grade, hung out with 9th graders. 8th grade, hung out with 9th and 10th graders.
What shifted? Were you good at sports? Were you making
I was
everybody
really
laugh?
good at sports. I was really good at sports. No, I didn't make anyone laugh. I was super serious almost.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. Like, I was like a John, not John Winters, not John, what's the fucking guy who did all the movies in the 80s? Pretty in Pink and shit.
Waters?
No, not John Waters either.
Shame on all of us. Of course.
Yeah. I think he did Home Alone. I think he did everything.
16 Candles, all of them.
I have a very, very, very deep romantic side of me that longed to have a girlfriend, longed to be in love, and longed for all of that, which I was ashamed of. And so I identified with those Ducky characters and Anthony Michael Hall characters. I identified with that, but I was a cool kid. I was great at sports. And this small school was shifted. I went to an all-boys Catholic high school, and man, it was like day one, get your dick knocked in the dirt. Like
really?
It was like, I mean, that was my Oz. Like that was my that was my like that was when I was like, in the big house now. Like, I mean, you had bullies. I don't understand. I mean, I know people have bullies that say mean things to them. Bullies would attack you or touch you or fucking assault you. Like it was like, I mean, I'm not making it worse than like it needs to. I'm making it worse than it needs to be. Like I'm telling you, but like fucking some fucking senior would just come up and just fucking clothesline you, and you'd be on the ground unconscious. Like, what happened? Or like I remember one time I walked in, someone yelled food fight, and I got hit with an apple, and I was like, fuck me, that hurt. Or I remember one dude got in my face, like he walked by and he bumped into one of my friends, and I started laughing, and then he comes back, goes, "The fuck you laughing at?" He was like 5'6", but he's a senior and he was hairy and he was like greasy. He was like, "What the fuck you laughing at?" And I was like an idiot. I said, "You?" Because I was laughing at him.
Yeah.
He flipped my food in my lap and he was like, "Get up, motherfucker, get up." And I was like, "The fuck did I do? What did I say? What did I say?" So like, it was like all of a sudden you're a child where you were cool at one school and good at sports, and now I sucked at sports. Because Cuban kids, they were fucking playing sports.
Yeah,
They were like fucking good. You were like, how did everyone get so good at sports all of a sudden? Like, did you guys not have parents? Like, why the fuck are you so good? Didn't make the basketball team, didn't make the baseball team, had to join the track team and the swimming team, because I was like, I want to play sports and I'm good, but I'm just not. I'm like, I didn't have, like, I wasn't like shaving yet. Like, everyone was shaving, and I was just like, what the fuck? But I had a really close group of friends, like big group of friends. I won't say their names, so I'm sure they don't want to be associated with me as like.
But is that born out of like youth sports, or is that like middle school guys, high school? How far back do these dudes go?
So here's the interesting intersection. I played baseball pretty competitively my whole life, and we played at a place called Forest Hills. Now, everyone in the South. Now, I mean, I'm speaking across the board. I don't mean to like. I know that when you say something, people can take it and have it mean something else. But I'm just saying. There was like rich kids baseball and poor kids baseball. This is Bert Kreischer's insight, okay? Poor kids baseball was pony baseball, okay? Pony baseball was like you could steal bases, kids could pitch.
That's the league I played.
Dads drank. I mean,
Our
there was
coaches smoked.
Yeah, they smoked.
Leaning over, you're like, come on, this is how you bunt. You're like,
Yeah.
God damn, that thing's burning my eyes.
I remember playing third base for the Yankees. If I was 6 when I played Pinto, I was maybe 8 years old, maybe 8 years old, and I remember two coaches betting a steak dinner that they could hit baseballs past me, and they're like, "He's in the hot box, Kreischer, get up on the grass. I bet you a steak dinner I can hit a ball past Kreischer." And the guy was like, "Steak dinner, you can't. Kreischer's got a great glove." And I was like, "Oh, how am I in this bet?" And then these grown men, drunk, just taking crack. Yeah. Crack! And I'm like, I caught it on accident. I wish I hadn't. I want this bet to be over. But like, that was pony baseball. Now, in pony baseball, you played, I could be off on this, but you mostly played like the Dwight Gooden schools, like over at Hillsborough, that area. I forget the name of that. Belmont Heights. I think that's the name of them. You played Town and Country, which was more Cuban. You played and then Forest Hills was very redneck, and a bunch of other places. But that was who you played. And then the other people, they played in the World Series championship. Like the kids that go to play in the World Series. And my group of friends that I played with, all growing up, all played in Town and Country. And then when we went to Jesuit, all those dudes I've been playing against in all-star tournaments my whole life all went to Jesuit. Okay. And so I knew them. I knew like Brad Radke, Ty Rodriguez, Fernando. Like I knew all these dudes because we'd all been playing baseball together. And then all the kids that had gone, because you watched our same age group who played the different baseball, the rich white kids baseball, they had gone and won the World Series for youth baseball. And so we watched them. So I knew all those guys too. So when we all went there, all of a sudden sports was like our thing. Everyone knew sports. And I had a big group of friends. I mean, I'm talking 20 deep of dudes I know to this day, that I talked to during this day, that hit me up when the pandemic started. Yo, I own a restaurant. It's called the Rooster and the Till. Hit me. Can you help me out? Help my business out. I'm doing takeout. Dudes I know. I mean, like my best friends for the rest of my life are all those guys. 9th grade, tight as fuck. Half of them go on to public school, and half of us stay there, and we just merged. Our group became bigger, and we took over all these dudes that went to public school. We became best friends with their new friends. And so all of a sudden, you're looking at a group of dudes who to this day know each other very intimately. Like, I mean...
That's great. You don't hear that a lot.
No, I gotta face. I like because it's also Tampa's a weird fucking place. Like, you know, it's not. I don't think people understand how fucked up Florida is. Is that like the shit we did? I don't know. You know, it's just a weird fucking place. And so we all stayed, and then it doesn't hurt that the majority of Florida kids go to Florida State, Florida. So Florida State, Florida is where we went, and then we just all keep hanging out. I mean, one of my best friends that I grew up with produces my specials.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
oh,
produces all my specials.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and so, but I think in high school I learned that freshman year when I didn't have sports that I had to have some sort of currency to like get people to like me, and that's when I found humor. Because and by the way, definitely where I learned how to tell a story, because I remember practicing stories from Mr. Mercandante's class to the lunchroom, like running it and going like,
You'd be telling these kids in the lunchroom?
Yeah, and I'd be running it on the walk and being like, okay, I came was like, we're gonna do this beer run. I'm like, I don't want to fucking do a beer run. He's like, don't worry, it'll be fine. So he runs in, all of a sudden we're all sitting there, and then all of a sudden he comes out. We're like, oh, it's fine. He's like, dog, you know, or like, and so you'd practice your story in a weird way, and then you sit at the lunch table, and you had to earn your spot at the lunch table, and I like talking in absolutes, and I know this is not, you can't do that, but Cuban kids tell the best fucking stories. Like, just because they're fucking, I remember dudes like their hands gestures, like, oh fuck, this fucking guy, dude.
Imagine him being in your high school.
It's like growing up with a bunch of Joey Diaz. A bunch of Joey Diaz and so you learn how that works. And I was funny in high school, but I was also pretty like still the serious side of like trying to get pussy, trying to play sports.
All right, how old were you when you lost your virginity?
Interesting story. I'm talking about that in my special right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Mine?
No, not at all. 17 years old. 17 years old. And man, I was
this
fucking thing.
Why? Were you like the last of your group?
No, 15 years old, sit at the lunch table, and they tell us the story of a dude who had already fucked, and we knew him, and I was like, oh my god, that's gotta be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And then my friends started falling off. Like they'd be like, I lost my virginity last night. Fuck, shut the fuck up. Was freshman year. I dated a chick, and I pressured her. Like on the phone, we should do it. We should fucking do it. And she was like, I'm not ready. And I was like, and then we broke up. And then I dated another chick, and it almost happened with her, and it didn't. And then I dated other chicks, and it just, and then I didn't have like a girlfriend. I didn't like, I was someone who was like wanted to be dating the chick. I thought that was cool. And then I dated a chick, and
how old was she?
She was 17, but she was like 2 weeks older than me.
Okay.
She was a year older than me in school.
Was she at your same school?
No, girls' school, year older.
I always thought it was always so hot if I dated a girl that wasn't at my high school. I always felt like a baller. I'm like, oh, I'm dating a girl from South Carroll, motherfucker.
We will never get back that feeling.
No.
That feeling of the girls' school shows up when you're at practice and you see the talent walk out and you're just like, who the fuck is that? And just going like, what the fuck? And everyone being interested in the same fucking person and then watching who lands it. Like it was insane. But yeah, I mean, I've told the story before, but I will definitely tell you, I was not good my first time.
No one is. Anybody that says they are is bullshit.
I bet I'm worse than that person. I bet.
What happened?
So me and my buddy, Jeff Hartley, get our girlfriends at the time. We go to one girl's dad had like a crash pad, right? Clearly, guys getting pussy on the side. He had a crash pad in Carrollwood. So we go to her dad's house. He's out of town. He's in Mexico or whatever. We go to her dad's house. We get Pet Cemetery and a case of Natty Light, and 2 condoms. I immediately, my chick's like, hey, and we were dating, and she was the fucking coolest chick. She introduced me to the B-52s. Like, there's so much about this chick that's awesome about this chick. And I hate that I'm sharing this because if she ever hears this, she's gonna be like, ugh, I feel so sad for him. So we go in. I get her on the bed, we make out or whatever, and then immediately I realize it's gonna happen. I'm taking her clothes off, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna happen. I drop my feet. By the way, I have a baseball jacket. They were like a pullover jacket with a collar with a zipper right here, with your name embroidered here. I have a baseball jacket on, a hat. I have shoes on. I have my jeans on. I pull my jeans down to my ankles, and I'm ready to go. That's how naked I'm willing to get. I take a condom out. I take it out. I unroll it.
Let me ask you this. Prior to this, had you ever put a condom on your dick?
Never.
Exactly.
Never. Why would you ever put a condom on?
Exactly. I never practiced. I think it was Santino and I had talked about this, because all this awkwardness that goes into this moment, you don't even think like, oh fuck, and how's this go? It gets all sticky on your fingers. It fucking stinks. You're like, well, I don't even know.
Oh, it smells like shit.
Yeah.
I have tactile issues. I've always had a problem with balloons. So the second I smell it, I'm like, ugh. Ugh. Like I'm fucking, it's a nightmare. So I take it, I look at it.
I never heard anybody say I've always had a problem with balloons.
Ever since I was a kid, I've always had a problem with balloons. The smell of them, the feel of them, the fucking fact that they're unpredictable, they can pop at any moment.
They're
Like,
unpredictable.
fucking hate balloons. I fucking hate balloons. I've hated balloons my whole fucking life. My whole fucking life, I hated balloons. And now I'm fucking 17 years old, and I gotta put a balloon on my dick to do the thing. And I'm like, I remember the smell of it bothered me so much.
It stinks
So much. Oh. I remember thinking, what kind of fucking animal wears a condom? I'd rather get AIDS than wear a fucking condom. Like, and AIDS was like, I was like, in my head, I was like, she probably has AIDS, because I thought everyone had AIDS back then.
Tom and I talk about this. Like, our fathers, they never wore condoms. They go get a fucking shot of penicillin or stick it out or walk it off. They never got condoms.
My fear
That's
at
our
the time,
generation.
my fear at that time was AIDS, right?
Magic Johnson's got AIDS. We can all get AIDS.
I'm gonna get AIDS, right? That's all I thought about was AIDS. All I thought about was AIDS. So I take the condom, I see it, it's rolled up, and then I'm like, oh, my mom rolls my socks up. Okay, so I unroll the condom. Unroll it all the way, and I'm like, that's 4 inches of dick I don't need. So I roll it back up 4 inches, and I'm like, there we go, that's more suitable for me.
So wait, you unrolled it and thinking I gotta put my dick in it then?
Like a sock.
Sure, you're gonna slide your dick in the unrolled thing.
Yeah, you unroll it, and then you slide your dick
you're
on
not
like a sock.
gonna put it at the tip of the hard one and then roll it down.
I remember them explaining condoms. Sometimes you'd hear someone explain condoms about it. At Jesuit, they showed you in freshman year a 3rd trimester abortion in religion class.
Abortion?
On a TV, they showed you a 3rd trimester abortion. So
Who's filming that?
So that you wouldn't have sex, and if you did have sex and you had a baby, you would not kill it. I'm talking 3rd trimester is where they break it apart and pull it out piece by piece.
Oh no! You saw that?
Do you want to talk about a pivot? You put a fucking film up of a chick getting in stirrups naked, and everyone's like, whoa, we're seeing pussy! And then all of a sudden you're like, that's an arm! Fuck, that's an arm! Oh shit, that's a leg! Oh, that's a human! They're pulling out a human? It was fucking rough, dude.
This school would be shut down today.
3rd trimester abortion. And I know there's people that go Burt blows stories out of proportion. This is not. I'll fucking call someone right now. 3rd trimester abortion in religion class.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so that's why I was just like, I don't want to get someone pregnant. Or I don't want to get AIDS, I don't want to get someone pregnant. But I don't think I had realized anyway, we get back to the condom. I go to slide it over, and as I push down, it fills up with air. And I'm like, because there's air trapped in there. And I'm like, push harder. As I go to push harder, and you just hear like either like a, or I'm trying to squeeze the air out, and it's just ballooning up like I'm making balloon animals on the fucking corner of a bed. I'm fucking shaking. It's cold, okay? It's like December, November. I'm trying to get this condom on, and I'm just like, motherfucker. Like, I'm not even good at this. Like, I'm bad at this. I should have stopped right there and said, tonight's not tonight. I should have known. And I do that. Since then, I've had, in my life, I realized if you start to tell a story and someone cuts you off in the middle of the story and you're at a dinner party, the story wasn't meant to be told. You got to find the momentum of life. And if it stops you at a certain point, you got to take those as signs.
This. Will you stand with us and show courage?
I throw the condom away. I get up, put my pants on, I go, I'll be right back. I left something in the other room. Go over to Hartley. I was like, hey, I need your condom.
Excellent.
He was like, you're already done? And I was like, no, I haven't even started. He was like, what happened to yours? I was like, it's broken. Just give me yours. Gives me the condom. I go back in. Now I remember hearing pinch the reservoir tip. I remember hearing things like that and just blowing past it. Like if someone told you how to change a tire and you just were like, no, I know, I'll figure it out. And then you go to change the tire, you're like, yeah, what is the jack? Like, oh, that's the jack. So I pinch the reservoir tip, I slide it over my dick, and I remember putting it on. I was like, that felt pretty good.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Did you have it on the right way first?
I had it on the right way.
Okay, because you put it on the wrong way before you start rolling. You're like,
and you're going under like this.
You gotta unroll it and then flip it around.
I get on top of her, maybe do a couple kisses or whatever before.
Had she lost her virginity already? Are you both virgins?
No, she's not a virgin.
Okay.
She's not a virgin.
So you got a veteran.
And I apologize if she's listening to this going like, wait, how do you know? I was like,
Word got around.
part of the draw.
We request that you join this war.
I
needed to get rid of
Yeah, you ever see the movie There Will Be Blood? I was
Yeah.
tired of drilling in holes and nothing showed up.
Should move you.
I was like, give me a fucking plot that you know has oil on it. I'm ready for oil, brother.
There are all these gimmicks that promise a great night's sleep. And I don't care what kind of toppers there are or how heavy a blanket is. It's lipstick on a pig. If you are sleeping on a terrible mattress, your sleep will be terrible. It's that simple. That's why I recommend sleeping on a Purple mattress. That's because only Purple mattresses have the Gel Flex grid. It's a super stretchy, ultra squishy material that adapts and flexes around pressure points and doesn't retain heat, unlike memory foam, which remembers everything. Thanks to the Gel Flex grid, Purple mattresses bounce back as you move and shift, and you'll never have that I'm stuck feeling people get with memory foam, all right? Kirsten and her husband here have one. I've got one. I love it. I sleep on it all the time in my daughter's room. Try your Purple mattress risk-free with free shipping and returns, and financing is available too. Getting a great night's sleep starts with having a great mattress. Get a Purple mattress. Go to purple.com/honeydew and use code honeydew. For a limited time, you can get 10% off any order of $200 or more. That's purple.com/honeydew, code honeydew for 10% off any order of $200 or more. Purple.com/honeydew, promo code honeydew, terms apply. The new year is here, and there's no better way to kick off 2022 than by making sure you're feeling like your best self. One stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone, and they have incredible hydration flavors like watermelon, lemon lime, strawberry, pina colada, and more. You guys know I love Liquid IV. They wouldn't be here if we didn't love them, didn't use them. We got them at the office. We got them for all the guests that come in. I use mine at home every day. Take one every day on walks, take it to the gym, making sure I'm getting my hydration. What makes Liquid IV so effective? The science of cellular transport technology. That's that CTT, y'all. Designed to enhance rapid absorption of water and other key ingredients into the bloodstream. Liquid IV is on a mission to change the world, and they have donated over 19 million servings globally. Grab Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code honeydew at checkout. That's 25% off of anything you order when you use promo code honeydew at liquidiv.com. Experience better hydration today at liquidiv.com, promo code honeydew. Now, let's get back to the do.
So I get on top of her, and this is probably real time. I get on top of her, arms trembling. I remember the second I went in, I went, that felt phenomenal. Mind you, that's with a condom. With a condom, I remember going, whew. On the pull out, it's over.
Done.
I look at her, because I was like, I just had an orgasm, we both had orgasms, I guess that's how that works. And she looks confused, and I'm like, huh? She goes, are you gonna put it in? I looked down, my dick's between her butt cheek in the bed. I didn't even put it in her.
Nuh-uh.
I didn't even fuck a person.
That's what made you.
I didn't even fuck a person. I didn't even need her there.
You're still a virgin.
Yeah, I'm still a virgin.
I
I'm
didn't
fucking
even need
done.
her there.
I've had an orgasm, and
You could have barebacked that the whole time.
I could have grabbed a pillow in my hand and been fucking just as
That is. What do you say to that? You try to cover. How do you cover that up? You don't cover that up.
No, you do. No, you do.
How do you do that?
I mean, I feel. I'll tell you. You just push you push forward, and you have sex with a condom that's been compromised. And then
Your dick, well, you're young enough.
your dick. You're still, yeah. I think I had another orgasm. I was like, fucking whatever. Like, by the way, once I got to the fucking real deal, once I sat in the Cadillac, I was like, oh, okay, this is totally different than a Pontiac. this is different than a butt cheek in a bed. Well, this is even better. Like, I think the next one was like that too. And but then it's a mess down there because it's been sloshing, and I'm like, I gotta fucking pregnant. I know I gotta pregnant. I remember very vividly. There's so much that I'm leaving out of this as an adult because I don't want to have to relive these moments on the internet for the rest of my life. But suffice to say, this is for the young boy that's listening to this that had a nightmare of an experience that's like, I fucked it up. I'm not good at sex. I'm like, it gets better. It gets a lot better. I remember going into that bathroom. It was a guest bathroom. It wasn't a Jack and Jill bathroom. It was a guest bathroom. It wasn't a attached bathroom. Looking in the mirror, what the fuck did you just do? Like going like I thought you were someone. Like looking at yourself going, I thought you were someone else. I thought you would have killed that, and look at you, just fucking look at you. But I lost my virginity, and I was like, that's all that I care about. Yeah, well, the second time. And so I lost my virginity. I fucking got in the car, turned it on, I dropped her off, gave her a kiss, was like, I'm cool as fuck. Got in the car, turned on the music. The song Colors came on, and I was at Colors. I am a nightmare walk. Pulled onto the 275, listened to Colors, pumping my hand through a fucking sunroof, going, I fucking did it! Laid in bed that night.
The sunroof of what? What are you driving home?
My mom's car. BMW was one of the fucking coolest BMWs
yeah,
ever.
A nice ride.
It's an old school where it sloped down in the front and the back. Old school is a fucking diesel too. So we just get home, lay in bed that night, and my brain starts. Now, I always had problems with anxiety, but my brain starts and it just gets away from me. And I mean, the way an anxiety attack works for anyone, within a matter, I'll give it 30 minutes. Within a matter of 30 minutes, I am a fucking mess. I'm like, I guarantee you I got her pregnant. I probably have AIDS. I'm like,
so you're worried about age, you're not worried about kids, or you're worried about everything?
I'm worried about kids, but I realize that I have invited this into my life. That I know one thing for certain. I was not ready to have sex because I am not ready for the responsibilities of full-blown AIDS and a family. Like, but it's like so acutely on paper for me. Like you have a fucking baseball game against Town and Country or against Tampa Catholic next week. What the fuck are you gonna do when you get her pregnant? How are you gonna tell your parents? Are they gonna let you play? You got accepted. I was a junior, but like you want to go to Florida State. You're not gonna go to college. You're not gonna have a life. You're not gonna. All these things start fucking becoming like if you think that was it rose-colored glasses, everything was better on with rose-colored glasses. If I was looking out at losing my virginity with rose-colored glasses, the second I fucked her, the rose-colored glasses went away, and it was like you have no life. You're growing up. You're gonna get a job.
Where's that anxiety come from? You said you always have. Where's that anxiety come from?
I gotta be honest with you, and this is gonna sound fucking horrible. I think growing up in Florida.
What is there a time period you remember? That something happened where you were like, and then it's that laundry list of all the future tripping is what it's called.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I wish I had. I wish I could do the deep dive, because I know that's part of the recovery of anxiety is finding the thing that gave you the.
Are your parents like that?
My dad is. My dad.
You learn from watching too. You seeing your dad go. He's meticulous in that way and worries about everything.
Worries about everything, but it also doesn't in a weird way. Like, but my dad is a catastrophe thinker. Like he sees 3 steps ahead of the problem before the problem started, or that you've even started. I remember one time we went to Costco, Cost Plus, me and my wife, and we bought an ottoman to put blankets in, and we had just had Isla and Georgia were walking, and they were talking a little bit, and we brought it home, and my dad goes, "What the fuck did you buy that for?" And I said, "For blankets." And he goes, "No, your fucking moron kids are gonna put each other in there, and they're gonna suffocate each other, and they're gonna die." And I went, "It's for blankets." And he goes, No. Trust me, your fucking moron kids are gonna do an escape act, put them in there, they won't be able to get them out, they're gonna suffocate and die when you're not looking. And I went, "Dad," and as he said that, Georgia is standing on the ottoman. She goes, "Guess where baby Isla is?" And I'm like, and she's in the fucking
store.
ottoman. She's in the this is in our house. We'd already bought it.
You already did that.
I was like, "Fill it with blankets now. Fill it with blankets. Tape it up." So yeah, I my dad's a catastrophe thinker, but I don't remember him having anxiety as a kid. But that spiraling that happened, that was like the first. I remember she came to take me to Outback Steakhouse. If she ever listens to this, she's gonna go. This is gonna be like when a serial killer writes a book and he's like, and he goes, I was gonna kill my next door neighbor, but she gave me an apple one day, and they're gonna be like, I remember giving him an apple, but I didn't know I was gonna die that day.
Right.
We went to go to Outback Steakhouse, and it was the first time I ever had a bloomin' onion, and it was the first time I was ever acutely aware of someone's perfume, because she wore the same perfume that she had worn. Yeah, it's Colors. I've been into Colors. It's Colors.
About that.
Yeah, right. No, I know. Fitting.
It comes back into.
She showed up in Colors, and she went and gave me a hug, and I smelled the perfume, and it reminded me of the night I lost my virginity, and I went to the bathroom and I threw up.
You threw up.
I threw up in the bathroom, and I've never been a guy that throws up. Like I don't throw up very easily, and I went
right to the restroom.
Why? I walked
It
in
triggered you that
it
way?
triggered me, and my panic started
Was
back.
it the smell of the condom?
It was the smell of the Colors. If I smell it, I get physically fucking ill. Because I remember that night of a failure of losing my virginity, that fucking catastrophe of losing my virginity, and all the anxiety that followed. I mean, Ryan, my anxiety was so bad about it that, like, I remember telling my mom, "I need you to know I lost my virginity. Like, I lost my virginity, and I'm really nervous." I can tell you where we were. I mean, I can tell you where we were in the car.
I remember everything about mine.
Like I remember being in the car with my mom, and she was like, "I knew something was going on." She goes, I knew something was going on. I was like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah, you've been acting off." The first anxiety attack I had, I wonder if the first like full blown panic attack from smoking weed was probably before then.
Okay.
But this, I mean, I couldn't tether the two because